Hi Gemini, welcome to your mid-September 2019 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. And yeah, so there's going to be a full moon on the 14th, which is around the time of this mid-month. And this is going to be in your 10th house of career. So this could be like a promotion, or maybe you're finishing some kind of a I don't know if I call it a project. You're bringing something, you're reaching new heights, perhaps. I was going to say bringing something to completion. There could be something along the lines of recognition. What else? Or maybe you're retiring, going into a different field. Who knows? Funny, I did Aquarius and I got a bunch of swords too. I spoke too soon. So, air signs. The heart of the matter is the I was going to say the Eight of Swords. I don't know why, because I was thinking those swords. Is the Strength card, which is associated with Leo. And so, I mean, if there's a Leo person in your life, if I had to, like, pick a particular area of life, I would say something along the lines of, well, I was going to say a romantic situation because I got the Three of Swords, but that's not necessarily true at all, because the last card I got could be a coworker situation. So let me just keep going. I will say that the Strength card can mean either that your confidence is growing in your life. If that's true, it's not just for no reason. It's because you've dealt with some challenges and you're coming out strong. It could indicate that you're trying to be strong about a situation too. In the past position, we have the Three of Swords, and this is a card of rejection, feeling like you've been passed over for something, just feeling like, and that could be a promotion. That's why I kind of changed it and said, well, maybe it isn't a love matter. Of course it could be, and even like what do you call that? A lover's triangle. When you see the number 3, there could be 3 parties involved, and either one of them is a Leo, or the Strength card is simply that your self-esteem is kicking in. And so especially when you're talking about a love situation, and if it's a lover's triangle, you may be kind of like realizing that you're better than that, that you don't have to be in a situation where you're having to share somebody or feel like you don't have somebody just to yourself. And so that can actually be a good thing because it's providing contrast. It's giving you like a very clear illustration of what it is that you need to see in your life in order to change. And perhaps you didn't really fully get that. Sometimes Geminis are very flexible with their life. They're willing to accommodate other people. And the problem is, sorry about the train, the problem is simply that there are things that you have to realize are not acceptable in your life. And it's funny because they don't always blow the horns. And so maybe there's a deer on the tracks or something. Okay, I don't want to start over again. I think it might just be over with pretty soon, so I'm just going to keep going. So the Strength card can be that you are starting to understand that you deserve better, and that there's no reason for you to accept the bottom of the barrel. If somebody is just kind of like treating you like a part-time relationship or something like that. And even like if this is a job situation, now I told you that the full moon is in the 10th house. That can be that something is coming to an emotional head, or that you're finding out something. The higher message could be going along with that, that you're finding out that you have been betrayed. And I feel that you probably have already known that, because of the Three of Swords has not an exact, it's not exactly the same as the Ten of Swords, but there is a similar vein of negative emotion or feeling about how you are being treated by somebody else. And the real question is, what are you going to do about it, Gemini? Whether this is a personal relationship or a career matter. What crosses you is the Two of Swords. You may find that it's hard for you to make that decision. In part, I think, because of the blindfold indicating that you may be in denial over something. You may believe somebody when they tell you that they are going to get divorced. It's just going to take more time. And you've been waiting and you've been waiting, and yet you continue to wait. And it may be that you feel like if you do not stick with this person, you have no idea if love will ever come your way again. Well, the question is this love what you are experiencing right now? Because chances are you're not experiencing love with this other person. You're experiencing a negative type of treatment. And you may feel like this kind of thing is just par for the course, that relationships go through certain challenges and you might be trying to excuse it away. And that's just a way for you to avoid making a necessary decision. And the other thing too is, in the workplace, you may be afraid of the unknown. And in that particular case, I can have a lot of sympathy, because the truth is that you may not know what's ahead. So you do have the option where you can, if you're not feeling like totally depleted by this job, you can stay there and know in the back of your mind that you're just counting the days until you leave, and you're preparing to leave every day with with all the actions that you take, like looking for other jobs, applying for other jobs, kind of doing research about where you're going to live if you had another job, would you be living in the same place or not, and just doing things like that. And that can help you to feel more in control of the situation. What's coming in, or the advice, is the Five of Cups. I would say it's advice: grieve your loss. If you were in a relationship with somebody and you felt like this was the one, and it's turned out to be something where you feel like the other person actively dissed you, actively rejected you, grieve the loss of that dream, in the sense that the dream being your hope that the relationship would be able to sustain itself. And you see now that it's really not going to happen, that the relationship is pretty much over. And it might feel very sad to you because you might have put time into it. You might have really cared for this person. But being able to see it for what it really is, see how they have treated you, and knowing that you deserve better. With the Strength card, it can even be like overcoming a physical illness, but one that is caused by emotional stress in that sense, and you're getting better every day, and you are grieving the loss of it, and so therefore you're going to be able to put it aside and, you know, kind of make peace with the past and not feel like, oh, you know, this was the best thing I ever had, I'll never have anything. Not tell yourself those lies, those stories. And that's how you move on, you know. And the outcome is the Three of Pentacles. I feel like, you know, the weird thing is, if you've been having problems in the office with, you know, career matters, this can indicate like a good rapport, like you're working, you're on the same team, you're on the same page with other people working at the office, and maybe in the past you weren't. You know, isn't it funny? We have the Three of Swords and now we have the Three of Pentacles. That you're really working together at something. And even if somebody else got a promotion that you're looking for, you may still feel like everything is okay, you're going to make it, and you're just being productive. You're being cooperative. And possibly it's because you know that it's only a matter of time before you leave. And so that kind of like lessens resistance to your situation, and you no longer are worried about, you know, the results. You're just going there in a very pure form and doing what you came there to do. And then just, you know, in your off hours, doing what you want to do for your future, planning that out. And the Three of Pentacles in personal relationships can be a relationship that has, you know, a sense of being future oriented, where you have, like, it has potential to last. And perhaps that's something that you have been wanting maybe for quite a while, Gemini. You're not necessarily the easiest person to kind of nail down for a relationship, but perhaps when you finally are ready to have one, you look around and you find that there are people just like you who are avoiding relationships, and you're like, oh, now what do I do? So the point being is that the last card here, as well as the focal card, are very positive cards. And these are very prominent cards too. We're talking about the first card that I laid down was the Strength card, and the last card is the Three of Pentacles. So basically what I interpret this to mean is that you have good things happening in your life now. You may have some influences around you that feel challenging to you, but understand that you are getting stronger every day. You're recovering from something. If it was an illness, if it was a bad relationship, if it was a job situation that didn't go your way, you're recovering from it. You're gaining strength, and you're laying down a foundation for your life that's going to lead to more solid options for you. Because it's obvious that we all need that kind of card, the Three of Pentacles in our life, in terms of making sure that the things that we engage in have a sense of their own what would I call it? Durability. I don't know if that doesn't sound like a very sexy word, but that's the best thing I can say, or just something that we can count on in the future to help us in our life in general. So it could be just like a general balanced life maybe, or a life where love is a positive and not a negative, and something like that. Okay, that's what I have for you, Gemini. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Otherwise, have a great, up until the mid-month time. It's kind of an awkward way to put it, but take care. Bye.